I heard something, a whisper traveling through the cracks of this world, a quiet signal, a flare in the dark. I heard that some true warriors needed backup. So I came, not as a savior, not as some perfect man with all the answers, but as one of you, a brother, a fighter, a man who has walked through the storms and knows the weight you carry. Sit with me for a while. This message is for the ones who feel forgotten, the men who kept their word, held their ground, carried their families, and now find themselves standing alone in the darkness. This talk is for you. You know what the world doesn't understand about men like you and me? It's not the strength, it's not the stoic face, it's not the sacrifices. It's the quiet. The quiet after doing everything right. The quiet after being dependable, honorable, loyal. The quiet that follows when the people you protected simply carry on without giving you the recognition you deserved, as if what you gave was owed and not offered. You feel that, don't you? The kind of loneliness that doesn't come from being alone, but from being unseen. The kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from work, but from being taken for granted. That's the warrior's burden. Not the battles, but the silence after them. But listen, silence is not judgment. The silence is not your failure. The silence is the sound the world makes when it forgets where its strength comes from. Warriors walk a path of invisibility. It has always been this way, and it has always mattered. Let's tell the truth plainly. You didn't imagine it. Yes, culture has shifted. Yes, society has grown comfortable enough to forget the men who made that comfort possible. Men who built the roads, raised the structures, fought the fires, protected the borders, held the line. Men who lived by duty, even when it hurt. And now the message you get is you're not needed. You're the problem. You're outdated. You're toxic. Sit down, be quiet, and let the new world take over. But let me tell you something with absolute clarity. You did not imagine the disrespect. You did not imagine the betrayal. You did not imagine the abandonment. You see it because you are awake, because you are paying attention, because your instincts, those ancient, sharpened warrior instincts, still work. But hear this, feeling abandoned doesn't mean you are done. It means you are at a crossroads. All warriors come to this moment, the moment when the world they served no longer understands them. And what you choose next, that is what defines you. Look around you. Do you see the chaos, the confusion, the weakness masquerading as strength, loud voices with soft, weak spirits, people who crumble under the slightest pressure? The world is not as strong as it pretends to be. And that's exactly why men like you, the ones who can endure, who can build, who can protect, who can think clearly, are not obsolete. You are critical. Cultures do not collapse because warriors disappear. Cultures collapse because they stop respecting their warriors. And when they collapse, guess who they look for? Guess who they turn to? Guess who they need? The same men they once ignored. The world may not value you right now, but the world will value you again. Because when things fall apart, only one type of man knows how to rebuild. The man who never stopped being strong. You are not alone. There's something you need to understand. The isolation you feel, it's not because you are broken. It's because you are rare. You're not invisible because you're weak. You're invisible because you're strong and powerful. And powerful men often carry their battles in silence. But listen closely. Even if you feel like you're the last one standing, you are not alone. There are men just like you scattered across this world, each thinking that he's the only one who feels this way, each believing he's the last real warrior, when in truth, there are thousands, tens of thousands, millions, all waiting, all watching, all preparing. You belong to a brotherhood you cannot yet see, and you are not abandoned. I came because I heard you, just like others will hear you when you rise again. There's a moment every warrior reaches, a moment when the applause fades, when the people you fought for walk away, when the world shifts and you realize everything I did because it was right, not because they deserved it. That realization is power. Because once a warrior sees that his value comes from within, not from the culture around him, he becomes unstoppable. This is when you reinvent yourself, not to fit into the world, but to build the world you deserve. This is when you become a man of purpose, discipline, brotherhood, vision, strength of mind, strength of character, strength of spirit. This is when your next chapter begins, not as a servant of society, but as the architect of your own world. You've spent years, maybe decades, carrying others, but now it's time to carry yourself. You've survived abandonment. You've survived disrespect. You survived being misunderstood. You survived being unseen. Do you know what that makes you? Resilient, unshakable, capable of starting again. A warrior's rebirth is not loud. It's quiet. It happens the moment he decides, I will no longer wait for permission to exist. You reinvent by taking back your time, taking back your energy, building your body, strengthening your mind, sharpening your skills, forging a purpose, creating your own circle, protecting your boundaries, investing in your future, becoming the man you admire. The world doesn't need the watered-down version of you. The world needs your fullness, your power, your clarity, your masculinity, your presence. And even if the world doesn't know it yet, you know it. This is the final word, so hear me one last time. I came because I heard there were some warriors that needed backup. I came because some men were slipping into silence, believing they no longer mattered, believing they were forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are not useless. You are not finished. You are entering a new age of manhood. Your own age, your own rise, your own awakening. Stand tall, lift your head, breathe deep. Your story isn't over. You're not done fighting. You're not done becoming. The world may have turned its back on you, but I haven't. And I'll tell you something else. The other warriors out there, they're waiting for a signal, a voice, a reminder that strength still exists. Maybe that voice is yours. Now go, rebuild, rise, lead, become the man the world forgot to honor, but will need again sooner than you think. And if you ever feel the weight again, I'll be here, because warriors don't abandon warriors.